So the last section of the marketing mix then is the last of the 3 Ps, 3 of the 7 Ps. These are 3 new Ps that we did not study at GCSE level. They include people, process, and the physical environment, and they're fairly straightforward if you consider the words themselves. So people ultimately refers to the staff and all the workforce of a particular organisation or company, both directly and indirectly, who come into contact with the business's customers. Ultimately, it's all about how those people influence the customer's perception or perceived perception of the business. So it's very, very simple. The people we come into contact with in a workforce, right from the person we meet at a reception door, a reception desk, the admin staff, the people at the end of a telephone dealing with a customer complaint, a person picking up your order online, dealing with you, etc. All of those people have a role to play in how well a business can market itself as an organisation. So it's all about customer service, effectively. That's what it's really all about. And to ensure that the people element of the marketing mix is operating effectively, a business must do the following things. They must pay particular attention to their recruitment and selection process, not just people that talk well in an interview or look good on paper in terms of application, but they need to be confident that the employees that they are seeking to take to their organisation have a caring and supportive attitude towards customer service. In other words, they are good with people, they have a friendly and positive demeanour, and that they can work hard in terms of relationships with others. Also, they need to employ good, strong training systems in their workforce to ensure that their customers are provided with high quality service. In other words, the employees know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. There's no point in wanting to be a good company and offer a great high quality service if your employees don't know how to actually do that. So you must provide training for that to happen. And alongside that training, motivation, so the motivational theory comes in from AS1. You should be employing motivational techniques to ensure your employees do have a positive manner and feel valued for the work that they put in terms of their relationships with the customers and how they go the extra mile to providing good quality service. So all of the motivational theory in terms of human resource management in AS1 ties into the people of the marketing mix. Process then, the 6th P, actually refers to how the consumer buys the product, the process of buying the product. So the whole situation of how you come about buying it and the service that you're provided in doing so. So a customer satisfaction can be affected by that process in terms of them buying it, or how they pay for it, or how accessing payment to it, etc. In other words, how at ease it is to be able to buy a product or to avail of a service. Consumers want businesses to be easy to do businesses with. Like, for example, paying for car parking. You park a car and then you have to walk in lash and rain, to the other end of the car park to find a machine to pay for your ticket. That's not conducive to having, a good, favourable response from customers. People want convenience. They want it to be accessible and quickly. So being able to pay for car parking mobile on your mobile phone now from inside your car, obviously speeds up the process. Ordering your shopping online, delivery service to your door, in other words, the product from the supermarket to your door, the process can be sped up a whole lot easier. So equally things like when you're ordering online, your experience of the website, is it easy to navigate? When you're through your payment process, does the system crash, or does it refuse to take certain types of cards and others it does accept? All of those things are all about the process and how easy or how difficult the process can be for the customer. The key elements of processing include ensuring customers' inquiries are dealt with promptly, training and empowering staff so that they can deal with customers directly and the process directly, Managing the process to reduce, for example, the possibility of things like queuing by matching supply to demand at all times and wherever possible. And enhancing the experience of queuing where necessary. So, customers don't like waiting. They don't like queuing. They don't like inefficiencies in terms of how staff deal with things or how staff treat them. So all of these small little things can actually give a very, very either positive or negative impression on a customer or potential customer about the process itself. The physical environment, then the last P7, this is the nitty gritty of the aesthetics of the business, how it looks, even smells, design, layout, modernisation, upgrading, or is the business dilapidated, run down? Is it cold? Is it a clinical feel when you walk into the business premises, or is it warm? Is it enhancing? Is it enticing? Is there a friendliness about the organisation? All of those things can speak volumes about the actual business itself and the reputation it likes to portray. So, for example, very often when you go to a car dealership of a high car luxury brand, something like maybe Volvo, BMW, Bentley, Range Rover, any of those big brands, if you were to walk into any of their forecourt showrooms where they sell the dealerships, where they sell their cars from, you're very often greeted with staffing and plenty of staff at sales desks or at customer service desks, at reception, very well dressed, tea, coffee, breakfast facilities, orange juice, a whole lovely luxurious waiting area as your car maybe comes in to get serviced. And all of those aesthetics is allowing the customer to perceive the business to be high value ended, high investment in providing a conducive, relaxing environment to the customer. So whether it's a customer coming to purchase a vehicle or considering purchasing a vehicle, or a customer coming to have a service arrangement completed on their vehicle, they want to keep those customers happy, because if you're keeping customers happy, particularly buyers already, then they're going to upgrade, change their vehicle and remain with you as a company and your brand. In contrast, if you're walking along the Boucher Road, you have several different companies to visit in terms of car purchase. So they're all competing very, very effectively because geographically they're located beside each other, and all the aesthetics of how they come across to the customer, like very simply, first impressions last. So the business reception area, even the brochures, leaflets, signage, the layout, the decor, the lighting, the smells, the toilet facilities for customers. Like some customer toilets can be fairly 5-star plush. Other companies, you could be directed down a back corridor, and when you go into the toilet or the bathroom to use a toilet, it's has the cleaning products and storage in it and stock and etc. etc. All those small little things are very important to a business. So that's it. People, process and physical environment, the 5th, 6th and 7th P of the marketing mix. And just to draw all of the 7 P's of the marketing mix together, it is very important that when you're considering the marketing mix, that you understand there has to be an integration of the marketing mix. That 1 P alone is not conducive enough to allow a company to be successful. And we said at the very start that product ultimately is the core element of a marketing mix. Without a product or without a service, you don't have a business, so therefore you don't need to do any other marketing. But surrounding that product or service as the core part, all the other elements of the mix need to be integrated, and they must reinforce each other. Okay, so for example, if you walk into a shabby cafe on the outskirts of town, you might be reluctant to pay high prices. Okay, so the price and the physical environment do not match. Or if you book a 5-star hotel for your honeymoon, you do expect the service and the staff to be outstanding. So the people in the physical environment itself, the 5-star rating, the people and the process in terms of service, etc., when you are there, needs to match the 5-star product that you've booked and the price that you're being charged for the 5-star product. So ultimately, all of the 7 P's are critically important in coming together. Okay, the different elements of the marketing mix should take account of the following. So the company's position on the product life cycle. For example, if the product's in the decline stage, obviously your price needs to be lowered. Okay. The Boston Matrix, there will need to be investment in more distribution, okay, from the star products, okay, for example, to build on their success, okay, particularly from the cash cow products, which are earning considerable levels of revenue. The type of product. Price must be competitive with rivals, but it is possible to charge higher prices than rivals for speciality, branding, the unique selling point, the differentiation, etc. So long as you are confident, you can convince the consumers that you are different. The marketing objective needs to be considered. For example, a desire to increase sales significantly may require more investment in promotion. So, when you're thinking about your marketing mix and the 7 Ps, the 7 Ps are only part of the strategy, the action. The action is driven from what is the objective. So the objective, if it is to increase sales, then every element of those 7 Ps has to be considered in terms of how do they contribute individually as a P and collectively as a mix to allow sales to improve. They also need to consider the target market. So for example, the promotional mix may need to be digitally based for a youth market and use social media, but these methods are unlikely to be as effective, for example, if your target market is people aged over 60. You have to think differently about your promotional mix and how you promote to them. Marketing mix should also take account of competition. So for example, a business may want to differentiate itself from rivals, and so developments in their products may require more investment in new product development to keep pace. Positioning. For example, a business such as IKEA wants to provide well-designed furniture at low prices, and this would affect its marketing mix, such as the product has to be designed well but has to be cheap to produce. The physical environment, so IKEA stores are located outside of town on cheap locations. They are designed in such a way that when a customer enters them, it is difficult to leave without seeing everything, because you walk in one door and you have to walk right across the entire outlet, okay, or showroom before you can exit the actual building. It has the products kept in a warehouse style, which is cheap to build and maintain. And then the process. Customers identify what they want and then find it in the warehouse, take it to their car, assemble it, and then the people. Staffing levels are kept very low in IKEA. So the position of the business influences all aspects of the marketing mix. And that takes us to the end of the 7 Ps. The last audio recording for the topic of marketing is elasticity of demand. That is next.